Today I'm going to show you how you can set up a custom Wix blog post page by adding elements and extra data on your Wix website using Wix code, known as Corvid. What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in with your boy Nino, and I got a tutorial for you guys today on how you can set up your own custom blog post page. So let's get started. All right, so I've been on this series of things that you could do with your blogs, Wix blogs. So I think I wanted to just go ahead and talk about a post page, and I actually left off from the Wix blog for beginners part 2. I left off on this page right here, but as you can know, in my last video I actually talked about the blog landing page and how you guys could have a customizable blog landing page. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out part 2 of the Wix beginners, because you don't know what I was talking about before previously, definitely go ahead and check it up in the right hand corner as I speak right now. Okay, and then also, if you guys don't know about the Wix blog landing page, I will put that up in the right hand corner as I speak right now. And boom, guys, these are the things that I've been doing for the past few weeks, and so I think I just want to give that to you guys. But also, this is going to be some awesome content, so let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, all right, so you guys have this post page right here, and actually I'm in the development mode right now, as you can see, and so actually I will show you how you can get there. So you go to your development mode, and then it'll say turn on development mode. Then you turn it on. Once you turn it on, you will get a screen just like this. Okay, guys? All right, so this is your blog's post page. Okay, now I actually have a template set up, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and bring that in, and then also set up this post box right here the way I want it to be set up. So let's go ahead and do that first, just so that you get a refresher of how to change certain things within this post, within this blog's post page. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and click on here. Okay, and then as you can see, it's showing me down here. I don't know why, but it's showing down here, and I just want to go to settings. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my settings, and then I'm gonna take off, as you can see right here, you may have categories showing up here at the top, and then also you're just your blog menu items up here at the top. I took that off last time that I had a tutorial, so make sure you go and check that out. But right now I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys how to take off everything that you don't need for this customization. Okay, so you go to display, you'll see publish date. We can take that off. We can take not that, well, yes, we're gonna take the post page off as well. Date of last updated, we don't need that. Category labels, no. Tags, I'm gonna keep the tags in there. The views counter, I'm not gonna put that in there. Likes counter, I'm gonna keep that there as a like. Okay, and then let's see, we're gonna go to blog menu, it's off. Okay, great. All right, social sharing, we're going to keep that enabled. All right, and then recent posts and comments, we're gonna take that off. Okay, so it can just be basically the post itself. All right, let's see, more action menu, I don't think we need that, but if you guys want to keep that on there, you can. It's your preference. Okay, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do, but I'm trying to suggest on what you can do. Okay, so okay, I think I'm done with that. The design, I did that design in my last video, so you guys go ahead and check that out. I'm not going to take that time to go through that. All right, so I got that already set up. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to minimize this all the way down as much as it can. Okay, come on, work with me. All right, boom, there we go. So now what I want to do is I want to space this out just a tad bit. You see how I easily adjust to, you know, the length and the width. I really do enjoy that. I like that so much because it gives you flexibility of keeping things within the lines. All right, so I think that is it. I'm gonna actually go ahead and make sure that this actually is the right width. So give me 1 second. So I'm gonna go ahead and boost this up to, let's see, 825. Okay, 825. And then I'm gonna push it over just a tad bit. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna bring this down just like that. And I'm going to, okay, so what I would need for you guys to do is to collapse it on load, okay? The reason why I do a collapse on load is because once we put it into the code down here, the post page code, we can actually say once we get information from the post itself, then we can open it up and display it, because we don't want to just show something that isn't there. We want to create our own customized isn't there type of strip, or whatever you may put it into, a box, whatever, you might keep it on a page, but like I said, I'm gonna bring that template in right now, the one that I created previous to this video. So yeah, give me just 1 second. All right, so I go ahead and put this in here like that. All right, so this is actually my template that I have here. This is a no-show strip, okay? So that means that if you can't find the post or there's no post by that actual name, it's gonna show up false, okay? And so that way we can actually show this here and then actually redirect those people back to our blog page, which I did here, okay? So then also here is my customized blog strip. This is going to be the blog title and names, or whatever you want to call it here. I put that into a structured box here so that then when I do it on the mobile view, it can be more tailored to what you want it to look like on your website via the mobile view. But I'm actually going to just be staying on the desktop view for right now. All right, so as you can see here, I have a views counter here. I have a love counter here, so the like counters. Then I have a published date, and then I have an updated date, okay? Then as you can see here, I have some room for improvement with the categories. I'm gonna go ahead and change this design a little bit so that it can match the regular, because I actually have that disabled, okay, by default. All right, so regular is 50, so just give me a second real quick. Okay, so now I got it looking just like all of the rest of these boxes here. All right, and this is just going to be my categories list of, you know, what category is this post page in, and the reason why I have it disabled here is so that when people go here, they can't click on it, do whatever they want with it. It's just there for a show, to show what type of category it's listed under, okay? As you can see here, I actually sized down my post page here, and then also I added these features here, okay? Now I'm actually gonna go into these features, which is the search feature, in another tutorial coming up, so stay tuned for that. But I'm actually gonna talk about the categories here. I'm gonna put that in here. I'm gonna do the popular post for this tutorial, and then also I'm gonna put in the tags here, okay? So as you can see, it has view more posts, and then you have view more posts here, okay? And then you have view more categories, okay? So like I said in my Wix blog landing page tutorial, I said I was going to go ahead and create like a categories, because then that's when we'll be able to link that to the categories page. Well, that is coming up, but right now I just wanted to go over the basics and give you guys the basics of how to navigate through the Wix coding, so you can like put these things together for your own website via using the post element right here. I just think that that's more important than actually creating the categories dynamic page right now. So that will be coming up in a future tutorial, just to give you guys a heads up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. All right, so I'm gonna bring up my code, okay, and I'm gonna maximize it because I don't think I need to actually see anything right now, because I have everything in my head about what is showing up on there, because I need to get actually the blogs TimeAgo feature, okay. And so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to blog, okay, and I did this in our last tutorial. So if you go here, you'll see that I have the TimeAgo feature here, okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a new TimeAgo feature, okay, but it's going to be incorporating everything that we have learned in the last video about this, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I press Control C, and then what I'm going to do here is go back on over to post, and I'm just going to paste that sucker in, okay. So that's Control V. All right, so I'm going to make some adjustments to this. So I'm going to go ahead and put these adjustments here, and I'm going to make it an if-else statement, okay, and then I'm actually going to add another parameter, and it's going to be date boolean, okay. Now this date boolean, I think, will be the boolean which is true or false. That's what a boolean represents, and I'm gonna say if this is true, then I want you to be this, okay. If it's else, then I want you to be this, okay. So that means here, if I say if it's true, that means I want to use this other type of form of style. If that's true, then use this. If not, then go back to this basics that we had before in our last tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put date boolean, and then I'm just going to carry this right here. I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to add that to the end here, so that can be encompassed in that else statement. Okay, so that's one step. Now I'm just going ahead and plop this in place, so give me just a few seconds. I'm going to go ahead and type this stuff out. All right, so here what I have here is the month short, okay. The reason why I said month short is because this is a shortened version of the months, okay. So we're just going to put it into an array here. Then we're going to go ahead and get the month, the day, the year, the hour, and I actually created this if-else statement right here, just straight across. Very easy to do, and I'll put actually what it's called in the right bottom corner right now as I speak. All right, and so this is what I get for the hour. So if the parameter get hours is greater than 12, then it's going to do get the hours minus 12, okay. And then if the parameter is equal to 0, that means it's 12, and I substitute that. If not, then it gives me the hours just like that, okay. Then we'll get the minute, and then the AM and PM parameter here to see if it's greater than 12 or less than 12, okay. True or false right there. Then I'm gonna put it into the specific way, the specific format that I want it to be in. Like I showed up there, it said publish date. Let me just go ahead and go back to it. So it shows you here published, and then it shows you the date. Well, I'm gonna say published, and now I'm gonna have the date, but it's actually going to be cut off here. Actually, you know, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it as a shortened month style, okay. Now let's see here. What I'm gonna do here is go back up and fix this portion of it. So in this little thing here, this is actually going to show, this is actually going right up to month short and then going straight to whichever month that is based on what I get from get month and adding 1 to it, okay? That way that it can actually be able to be searched on here. And the reason why I do +1 is because the months are a little bit off, and if you go ahead and look up how to get the month exactly, it will explain to you that sort of thing. And it's available, I think, if you guys just go ahead and type in get month on a date parameter, this will show up here and it will show you get month, and this returns the month in a specific date according to the local time. Okay, now if you want to learn more about that, you can already go ahead and click read more. As you can see in the bottom left hand corner, the link is right there where it goes to developermozilla.org, and you can read up on everything that deals with time and dates. Okay, so right here I have that. So if the boolean is true, like I said before, it's gonna go and run this whole entire thing, which should show up here. Okay, now that I finished with that, let's go ahead and get into the good parts. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and import some things. All right, so I know I'm going to be dealing with data, so I'm going to go ahead and import Wix data. I'm going to be dealing with location, but not right now, but in another tutorial I will be dealing with location. That's the reason why I was talking to you guys about the categories, and I think I'm going to make the hashtag video as well, just so that it can be a hashtag page that you guys create. That would be like cool and interesting, that you guys could show your viewers all of the different types of posts that have certain hashtags in there. So stay tuned for that too. Little Easter eggs here and there. All right, and then I'm gonna do Wix window. Okay, and that's at the bottom, so I'm gonna go up first, and there it is. All right, so I'm gonna add some parameters here, and these are gonna be constant values. So I just want to do a constant. Constant really doesn't let you what do you say, it doesn't let you alter the value that you have for it. So we're going to create some weights, okay, and these weights are going to be issued for this popular post. Okay, depending on the weights, we will give it certain weights and show those things here. But I don't know if I want to actually use these weights or not, but it's something to have if you guys want to use weights. All right, so I'm gonna say likes weight, and I'm gonna make that equal to 0.2, and then I'm gonna go ahead and type out all of these constants real quick, make it a little bit quicker. All right, so now I have trending posts to show is equal to 3, and trending categories to show is equal to 5. All right, so the reason why I have these things here is so that I can show the trending posts to show, which are the popular posts. All right, and then the trending categories, okay, which are 5 here. These are just going to be 5 basic categories that I pull up. I'm not going to actually make them trending, just because right now I don't think that you guys need to know that much to go into that detail of approach, but I will go into that more so when I do the dynamic page for the categories. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our onReady function. This is where we're going to go ahead and grab that data from this post element. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with getting the information from the post. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say let info equal, and then we're going to whatever we called this here, which this is called post1 as our ID of the element. So I'm gonna use that here. All right, so we're gonna do post1 dot get post, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a dot then. okay, statement. So this can return a promise for us, okay, and I'm gonna call that res. As you guys know, I like calling that alias parameter res. I just like it. It's very short instead of, you know, having the full results name on there. So just thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, all right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make this an async function, just so that we get everything passed through here. I don't know really why I just did that. I don't think I need that really, but we'll just keep it there just in case. All right, just in case we want to use it or not. I'm gonna make an if-else statement, and I'm gonna check if there is anything in there. Okay, if it doesn't show up anything, then I know to show this right here, my no show box. All right, or strip, if you can see that this is a strip. So we're gonna go ahead and populate some of these things here. All right, so what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and start off with my else so that you guys can see what I'm seeing. All right, and so what I've named this strip is the no show strip. All right, so if nothing shows up, I'm gonna go ahead and plop in a no show strip. All right, and I'm going to expand that. All right, everything else below the no show strip, I'm going to go ahead and collapse it because I don't need that to show. All right, so that means my state box that I have on the side here, we're gonna get rid of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say collapse. All right, then I'm going to add another element in here, and that is the column strip. Let's see, what is this column strip called? Yep, column strip 1. Column strip 1. All right, don't forget to put the hashtag there. All right, guys, just so it can go through that way. And then I'm gonna add another one, which is, what do you guess? Post 1. All right, so post 1 is what I'm gonna put in there as well, because we don't want that to show up here, okay? And so once that doesn't show up, everything should be collapsed all the way up until the no show strip. All right, so now that we have that, what I want to do here is if we get this information, we want to load that information into these elements here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a function that is called load info. Okay, I'm just gonna call it load info for now, and we're going to put in just the res item. Okay, that way that we can have a function that we can disperse this information out to without cluttering up our Wix on ready function. Okay, so we're gonna put here load info, and we're gonna put here parameter. So I'm gonna say post res, just because it's post results. So just to make it a lot simpler to read, I guess, for you guys. All right, so I think that I'm gonna go ahead and go straight through this in a fast paced because I need to explain to you guys what I put down and actually put it down first so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, as you can see right here, I have all of my parameters set up, and all I need to do is connect that information to that parameter. So just give me a few seconds and I will go ahead and plop this code right in. Alright, so now that I have the load info function ready, I just wanted to let you know that I created the async function here so that it can await and get all of the information populated in order and make sure that everything gets pushed into the certain locations. Okay, so like I said here, with the TimeAgo, we're actually going to go ahead step by step. All right, and that means here I actually created a default image. Okay, and the reason why I created a default image is so that we can use this image if there is no image to present. Okay, this I think looks professional, and it definitely goes along with the theme of my website. Okay, now if you guys don't know how to fix this up, what I suggest you guys doing is go to change strip background, and then you can actually easily set this to a color, an image, or a video that you want, and that default will actually be here. Okay, that is where I'm putting this stuff at. Actually, in my settings, I just want to show you guys that I have this image capacity down to 50, and I have color behind this is black. Okay, just so that it can pop out the information that I have here a lot more vividly, so that you guys can see it. All right, see all of the beautiful background as well as the information that is being populated. All right, so as you can see, I have the background here, and then I'm actually doing an if-else statement here, and so we're going to go ahead and say if we find a cover image, which, as I showed you last time in my other tutorial, you just go over here to database, then you go to blog, then you'll see posts right here. Once you go inside a post, you'll see the different types of field names, and then also the field IDs. All right, and so these are your field IDs that I put down here. Info equals await post results. That's just to get this into a unique identifiable parameter. Okay, so that's why I just labeled it info. All right, now here actually date original is right here. This is going to be the original date. All right, now I see that I have published before the date actually. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and add that. All right, I made sure that I went over this with you guys so that you can see how I am doing it. The reason why I'm putting it here before is that so once it gets the published date, it will go through TimeAgo, it will go through the true statement, and then it will find that information here. Okay, now date last is the same thing here. All right, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and add this information beforehand, and we're going to call this updated. All right, okay, now what I'm going to show you guys is after this I'm going to add a little bit more to here. Okay, and that is we're going to go ahead and say info dot publish date is equal, or no, let's go ahead and say does not equal info dot last published date. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this here, guys, is so that this box right here can actually show up or not show up. All right, we don't want something to be published and then the updated date is the same date as it's being published. That's just not showing how it was last updated. Okay, it was last updated on this date if it doesn't equal the same date. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just put here box, let's see, I think it was box 21. All right, whatever you call your box, you can name it however you would like, and then you're gonna say dot show. Okay, because that means that this parameter is true. Okay, if it's not true and they're both the same, we need to keep that box hidden. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and do box 21.hide. All right, and then also put the semicolon here. Okay, so that was a little bit of a thing that we needed to put in here so that that information can show up if there was some updated information that was put on there. Okay, now here I have the views. Okay, this will give me the view count. All right, if the view count right here is not if the number doesn't show up, then we're gonna put 1. Okay, if the number does show up, then we're gonna let it be put in there. Okay, now I think I need to make another adjustment because no, I don't actually have to make another adjustment. Never mind. Excuse me for that. All right, so right here you're gonna see that if the view count here is equal to something, okay, that means it has a number in its place. It's gonna show that number. If it doesn't have any number in that place, it's gonna show 1. That's because there has been one person that viewed it, and that was whoever that visitor was, the first initial visitor that viewed your post. Okay, now the likes are going to be 0 if there is no likes that show up, and then also you have your title here. Okay, now your title, I don't advise anybody to abbreviate the title. If you do want to abbreviate the title and then let people like click on the title to view it more, because it's such a lengthy title that, you know, would push away your visitors for reading any more about your content, then be my guest and do that. Okay, but right now I'm not going to do that. I have the excerpt here. If you guys want to add that, I just kept it here for you guys to use. This is the way that I did it. All right, and then if they have any categories here, what it's going to do is it's going to go straight to load post categories. All right, so what we want to do first is make a category list. All right, so if it has a category added to it, what it's going to do is it's going to search through here for each one. All right, so it's going to go through the length of the categories, and that is actually, if you go to post, and then you head on over to, let's see, give me a second. So if you head on over to categories right here, as you can see, my properties, it says for my field key is categories. All right, so that's why I'm pulling that out. The categories will actually show up as an array, so that's why I said .length. Okay, we're gonna go and search each and every one up until that length. So if it's only 1 there, it's only going to go straight to 0 and find that 0 parameter. Okay, so what it's going to do here is going to go inside of info categories here, pick that first element for that first for loop I parameter, and it's going to go ahead and get that. All right, once it gets that information, which I have here, which it's actually going into the load post categories, and it's pushing it and it's finding that query data, okay, that's equal to that ID. Remember, whenever you're pulling out anything that's a reference field type in Wix, you want to know that in the array list that is here, categories, is going to be all of the IDs stored in there, not the names of the category. Okay, so just keep in mind that it's the IDs and not the category's name. All right, so that's why I had the search here, or the query parameter, to be searching for the ID that's equal to this. And then all you have to do is get the first item of that, then push that back up. If it doesn't find anything, it's gonna put it into null. All right, and then we're just gonna return that back on up. Okay, guys, so what it's doing in this async function is it waiting for the data to be presented back into this info label and then this info value. Okay, I actually went over in my last video about the blog landing post on how selection tags work, and selection tags work just the way that a drop down menu would work. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm putting in here a label, and then I'm putting in here a value. Okay, and that's gonna put it together, and it's gonna place that right into the selection tag. Now, as you can see, I have link categories label here. That is because I was going to go ahead and create the dynamic page for categories, but right now I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to just go ahead and make this label. Okay, so it can just be the label, and it doesn't have to mess up anything that's got going on. All right, because if it can't find the parameter, it's not going to put it there, and then it's going to mess up the code. All right, so I got that all here straight. And so if that is true, and the categories list that I have here, all right, if that is true, that the length is greater than 0, it's going to display those categories, and it's going to expand this box. Now, if there is no categories to be put on here, then it's going to be hidden. All right, I just went ahead and just hit this box on load, just because if it can't find anything, then it won't load up, it won't show. All right, now if all else fails, you just take everything out of that options here so it doesn't show up anything. And then also you want to hide this box that I have named category box. All right, now that we have everything figured out for what needs to be uploaded from this post, that is all you guys need to know about how to get that information out of the post 1 element and then push it up to make your own type of post page look. All right, now if you guys want to know a little bit more about this sidebar information here, I'll be going more into detail about that in another tutorial, and I'll actually put that as like an continuing video for this video. So go ahead and just check that out. I'm gonna be putting it in right after this video if you guys want to know a little bit more about the sidebar. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and preview this. Let me go ahead and make sure that my code looks exactly like I want it to. So yeah, basically I actually added this post 1 and state box 9 right here, expanding here. I just think that's very important to put that there, because if not, then this information would not even show up here. All right, and as I said before, I was going to go into you know, the popular post and the tags and the categories, like this sidebar information here. I was going to talk about that in another tutorial right after this one, so go ahead and check that out. I'm going to put it right there in the end screen credits, so go ahead and be able to check that out. So that will be the continuation of this video, but we're just gonna go ahead and just check this out and see if it actually will preview. So let's go ahead and try that out. So I hit preview. I'm gonna actually hit save as well. All right, so as you can see here, I have published date here. It's September 25th. It's been updated 12 days ago. Then also you can see that there is a like button, there's 1 like, there's 2 views here. As you can see, my background photo is showing up very nicely. My title is coming out very clean cut, and then also my categories button here is showing up, and then also the rest of my post is going to be here. And then just like I said, you guys, leading into the next video, I will be talking about categories and popular posts, okay, and then also tags here. And this is like a little preview, a snapshot preview of how it would look, okay. And then also you got your tags down here, and then your relevant information where you could like this this post, okay. So that is about it, you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comments below, okay? And if you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. All right, guys? Ciao.